knowing that whatever is happening right now is actually a culmination of our emotional responses and our emotional kind of how we managed and perceived our triggers. It's very counterintuitive, and I talk about this a lot. Spirituality is very counterintuitive because it's almost like opposite day. So, for example, when we have a goal, when we want something to happen, when we want this thing to, go this way, or we want to achieve this thing, we typically feel like, okay, I gotta really gain control of this. I have to have a tight grip on this. I have to make sure these particular things I have to make sure. And while it is important to be intentional about your actions, internally, it's important to get clear about what it is that you desire and then let go of how it's going to happen. Because a lot of times, how we think and perceive something is going to happen is a very limited belief. It's a very restricted, constricted perception, and it really limits the infinite possibilities available. And so the way that we can, to me, it helped me to wrap my mind around this by saying, okay, you know what? What's happening right now isn't even really real. What's happening right now is actually a side effect from how I was behaving 2 weeks ago, what I was thinking about 3 months ago, what I was conceiving of in my mind a year ago. Yes, God, I'm a strong believer in what you're saying. Yes, God. So energy always precedes reality. There is a gap between energetically what we conceive of with our first eye, right? And it's not even intentional. We're doing it no matter what. So sometimes it's not even what we think intentionally. It's what we're scared of. It's what we're insecure about. It's what, you know what I'm saying? It's the worrying. The anxiety and the worrying is co-creating. When you're anxious, when you're worried, when you're concerned, when you're upset, you are actually projecting that energy out into the future, and then you are seeing seeds of that grow later. This is why it's so important to gain control of your inner narrative, of your expectations of life, and of your perception of yourself. We never try to change circumstances by going to the circumstances themselves. We only understand that we change circumstances by changing the identity of me. I am the type of person that everything works out. I am the type of person who is always successful. I am the type of person that everything I touch turns to gold. I am the person that is the exception to the rule. So when we start with the root, we don't need to worry about the fruit anymore, because we know the fruit is going to be good. But when the root is, I don't think I'm enough. I don't think I'm worthy. I'm never going to get chosen. I'm never going to, when the root is the identity is a flaw, you're going to continue to see flaws in your circumstance. Okay. Now that's not to be confused with the fact that life is always going to have ebbs and flows and challenges. That is a fact about life. The goal, though, is to make your identity so stable and so resolute that regardless of what is happening in life, you are standing firm. Your eyes are like the ocean. I could swim in them all day. I'm not the exception to the rule. I make my own rules. Exactly. One and the same. I was having these moments where it was coming in and out of anxiety here. Yeah, and so that's where you train. That's where you begin to train your nervous system and you train your identity. In the midst of the trigger is where the training is most effective. In the midst of the trigger is where your identity becomes super important, because you have to be able to talk yourself down off the ledge. I have to run and jump inside of my community call, inside the Quantum Prayer Circle. But I just wanted to come on and share that little nugget today. Hopefully this was helpful for someone. Inside the Quantum Prayer Circle, that is what we are doing. We are training our identity. We are reinforcing the identity of the person for whom everything always works out. For whom health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, joy are natural side effects of knowing that I am one with the all. Okay? So we go live every single day inside the Quantum Prayer Circle. There is a weekly self-concept rampage. I know I have a bonnet on my head. there's nothing spectacular going on under there. My hair is just not done. And I figured, you know what? Let me just put it on because appearances are deceptive. Because trust and believe, she's a baddie. She's a baddie. And see, someone might look in this and be like, oh my God, she's ghetto. She's this and that. And make all these assumptions. And that's fine. You don't have to like the bonnet. I'm wearing the bonnet for a specific reason, because I want you to understand, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge me by the bonnet. Don't judge your life by the circumstances. Understand that underneath is something spectacular and special. Okay? I'm the one you've been waiting for your whole fucking life. I can change your life. So don't let the bonnet deter you from that. That's the point of the bonnet. All right, y'all? All right, I love you all. Have an amazing day, and I will talk to y'all later.